My name is Morgan Snyder. I'm owner and head brewer at Buttonwoods Craft Brewery. We opened in December 2017. I want to say my first real foray into craft beer was Flying Dog. Raging Bitch, to be specific, because the name was funny. I think that's what they were going for with that. So I tried that and I was like, this is weird and different. I want to try more things that are just as weird and different. And just kind of that started me down the rabbit hole. And then eventually I made my own batch. So the beer making process for me is very much focused. It starts with a centralized idea. So when I come up with a new concept for a different beer, it's something that has been I've been mulling over for a couple weeks, whether it's just working with a different hop, trying out a different grain, using different yeast, fermentation temperatures, and those will kind of burn themselves into the back of my brain until eventually a recipe forms around it. So it's philosophically, I know what I'm doing as far as recipe formation, but I'm using those concepts and building from there. So as far as like things that I've learned over the past couple of years I guess it's just been a year of being open now, is that you kind of just have to go with the flow. Sometimes you have this great crazy idea and you think you've created the next greatest thing, and no one's as excited about it as you are. So you just and it's very humbling. But then you come out with something that you're like, very simplistic, and you're like, no one's gonna like this. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense, and people go crazy for it. So it's all about kind of balancing and managing expectations while also kind of remembering who you are as a brand and trying to stick to that. So the overall model is pretty much the beer first is one of the big things, and then it's also keep it simple. Those are two things that I kind of focus on. It's like, the quality of the beer is always going to kind of trump everything else, unless it's kind of getting to a point where the employees aren't happy, because happy employees make happy beer. So Buttonwoods is, I like to think, a community. I feel like when people walk through the door, the first thing that they ever see is Ollie. He's always here, and he kind of runs towards almost everyone. Saturday nights he's kind of getting tired and doesn't say hi to everyone, but he certainly tries. He's actually sitting over there. Come here, bud. Come here. Never mind. We do a lot of the same things that some of the breweries in the Rhode Island area are doing. I think what sets us apart is that while we're doing a lot of the same things, we're also doing a lot of different things. We always have a kind of rotational draft board. And it also comes down to this community thing of like people, when they come in, they know who to expect to see. Since we've opened, we've had no turnover in employees. So like these people who've been coming in and day out have made friends with these people who are behind the bar, and like I've met most of them as well. So it's a warm, welcoming community environment. But also the beers, you could come in once a month, and there would be the entire draft list would be completely different from the last time you came in a month ago. We've collaborated with a ton of different breweries. In fact, we've worked with Big Alice in Long Island City, New York. We worked with Beard in Stonington, Connecticut. So we try to showcase how inclusive the entire beer community is by making beers with as many people, especially with our friends, because that's what beer making is all about, is getting together with drinking beers with friends. Everyone knows the real reason you should come in the door is because of Ollie. But I've heard the beer's not bad, so definitely come check out the beer. But what we want you to come in, and I want you to come in and have an experience that is warm and welcoming, and feel like you're at home, that you're just kicking back, having a beer with some friends, and not that you're at some stuffy like sports bar or anything. I want you to have a conversation with each other, embrace and engage into the people around you, while also enjoying craft beer and having fun. So I think we offer that pretty well, and I would like to say that that's what we do and we're gonna do for the foreseeable future. So when you come in, I hope that you have a great time and you make a new friend and you enjoy a good beer.